Hey everybody, welcome to the Narkin Network. I'm Dean, the host of the Narkin Network, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting for you guys episode 266 on the Narkin Network. And the title of episode 266 is Time in Weeding Out Narcissists in Relationships. So, I did a video some time ago excuse me. I did a video some time ago where we talked about this particular subject, and I just decided to retouch on this topic again because I have had some experiences with seeing some people talk about stuff like this on the internet, discussing, you know, what you should be doing when you're looking for a new love interest or whatever, and what to particularly look for, and how to particularly look for that in kind of a safe way. And what kind of prompted me to do this video again here is I was watching kind of a spiritual teacher person on YouTube the other day, and they were talking about some things that go on with individuals when people are paying attention to you. And one of the things that they were saying is that if you have somebody around you who is seemingly interested in you or what, and they're taking too long to really get into, I guess, to a more serious or nitty-gritty of trying to engage with you, if there's an interest there of that nature, a love interest of that nature there, if they take too long, that's a bad thing, that it shouldn't take you that long. You should be able to figure out with somebody relatively quickly whether or not you're interested in that particular person. And this person was, like giving it like within a month you should be able to know that, or whatever. I'm here to say that that's not right. That's actually not correct. And this person that stated this, they do understand things in the esoteric realm about relationships and stuff, and they also understand things about narcissism and narcissists. However, I don't think they're as studied as I am in this particular topic, or as studied in psychology as I am, and this is why I'm affording my particular opinion about this. And that opinion that I have is that you should take your time. There's nothing wrong with taking, a couple of months to get to know somebody, or to figure out whether or not you want to have some romantic involvement with them in some particular way. I'm going to use an example that goes way back to literally my teenage years, and I'm going to use this as an example to you. When I was in my late teens, there was a girl in my high school who was interested in me. I wasn't aware of this until basically my friends and her friends basically told me that this person was interested in me. I didn't see any indicators there that this was what was going on. The girl wasn't really talking to me or conveying anything that would indicate to me that there was some type of interest there. For the time that was going on, I didn't really engage very much with this person. I basically took my time with them. Of course, being a teenager, often one of the things that happens here is we don't necessarily take our time because we're very reactionary at those ages. Sometimes, not everybody, but we can be very reactionary. I'm not very reactionary in that way, and never have been at any point in my life. So I took my time with this person before I really started to envision them in being in my life in some serious capacity. And that's kind of how I work with relationships, or have worked with relationships for the most part, most of my life. So for me, my advice here is, if you've got somebody who's romantically interested in you, that's fine. Take your time with that person, because if you want to avoid a narcissist, narcissists like to move very quickly. They like to entangle you into their web, get you locked in with them. I have the example of this from a relationship I had with somebody back in 2011, where I became involved with somebody, and this person wanted to be in a relationship with me immediately. Like this, we ended up being in a relationship with each other within like about 6 weeks or something of us engaging with each other, and within a very short time of us actually starting to spend time with each other. And what was the result of that? I was seeing a person who was a narcissist, because I've talked about this person on my narcissist network before, and I've talked about the fact that in my time that I spent with this person, which was about 5.5 years, this person was engaging with other people behind my back. There was behavior going on. I learned all kinds of things about them that afterwards I became very bothered by, because I realized that this person, after they told me some of these things, was a kind of a questionable character. It was certainly the character of a person I wouldn't normally socialize with in this particular instance, and I won't go into the reasons behind this, and I haven't in previous videos where I've talked about this person, but there were some things that indicated to me that this person had some problems. And as I went on and realized after the fact, or going back into studying narcissism about 5 years ago, I realized that I was dealing with a narcissist. I was dealing with a person who had narcissism. I can tell you right now, this person is a diagnosed bipolar person, but apart from that, they have NPD too, and they have all types of behaviors and things that went on, including infidelity and all kinds of stuff in their history. And I knew nothing about this, and I learned more about them in the time that I engaged with them and was in a relationship with them, and that became part of my knowledge base for that particular person as to how I was dealing with them. I went very quickly with this person. At the time, I was seeing some other girl who I had been engaging with for quite a number of months. We were going very slowly together. It wasn't, we weren't having a, a monogamous relationship, or like a just thing. It wasn't a serious thing. I had spoken to this other girl I was involved with, and we discussed, seeing each other and being into spending time with each other, but not being too serious too quickly. We had a conversation where I was like, where I had spoken to her and she had spoken to me, and she didn't want to be too serious, boom, right off the bat. So we had an agreement where we wouldn't be too serious. If somebody else came along and wanted to engage with us, or somebody wanted to engage with her, that was fine. They could investigate. She could investigate this, or I could investigate that. And during that period of time that was a relationship that I had kind of going on with this person, this other person that I engaged with came along and started just full bore, what I would consider to be full bore love bombing, in the most quintessential way you could describe that when a narcissist does it, and that's what went on with this person. So I didn't take my time with this person to get to know them and to do all these other things. Had I taken my time to get to know this person more extensively, I probably wouldn't have engaged with them. And I definitely, when it comes to the example of what was going on with this other person I was seeing versus when this person came into my life, I probably, I ended up going along with this narcissist I became involved with, because she was putting much more active effort in to spending time with me and putting in effort in those particular ways. But this is what narcissists do. She was trying to land me and get me into her fuel matrix. This is what she was trying to do. And she managed to do that very quickly. And of course, stupid me, I went along with it because I didn't know that I was dealing with a narcissist at that time. I didn't see the red flags. I didn't understand some of the red flags like I currently do now. And this is what occurred at that time. So my advice here again to you guys out there is take time. Watch for the red flags. There's always red flags. Somebody who's too full on, love bombing you too much, that may not necessarily be natural in this. But somebody who is trying to, control you in any particular way, control where you can go, control who you get to engage with when you're with them. I have a whole list of red flags on the Narcan Network that you can look up. I've done videos on this before. If you're not sure what these red flags are, go look up what they are. You can go look this up on some other narcissistic expert channels. They all have videos on what are the red flags to look out for if you're dealing with a narcissist. One of them is going too quickly with that person. Don't go too quickly. Take your time. If you take a lot of time and you're dealing with a narcissist and you're not giving in to their whims too much or something, they'll back off and go get that from somebody else. This is what they do. They don't have the patience for slowness. At least most of them. Higher level narcissists that are very, very advanced, they will be able to do things of this nature because they've learned this behavior and learned how to use this behavior over time. But even if they're going slowly with you, I guarantee they're going slowly with you because they have other people on their chain as well too. They're grooming other people at the same time as you, and this is why they can choose to go slowly. But generally, if you don't give in to the narcissist and you don't give in to any crazy behaviors that they're trying to, and you don't give in to control measures that they try to put on you, or too much love bombing or stuff of this nature, they're going to leave you alone and go to the next person that they can achieve that with very quickly, because this is kind of what they do. So, you know, my best advice is take your time with somebody. Watch for the red flags. Watch for weird behavior. Watch for when they engage but disengage. If they're engaging with you for a week and then they go away and don't engage with you for a week, something weird is going on there. That's not normal when you're romantically interested in somebody to do that. Watch for all these crazy behaviors or anything like this going on, and you'll be able to weed out whether or not you may be dealing with a narcissistic individual in your life. And you're going to save yourself the trouble of getting entangled with somebody that you shouldn't. And that's my best advice here, and the advice that I offer you in this particular video. And it's the same advice that any other narcissistic expert out there would probably offer you as well. So just take it for what it is and employ it as best you can. And if you need any other information about how to go about that or other things to watch out, look on the Narc Network. I've got tons of videos on the network right now about what to watch out for when you're dealing with a narcissist in more specific terms. So this has been episode 266. Going to say, please stay tuned. Got lots of content coming up on the Narc Network, and even some stuff coming up on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you really soon.